This lesson is going to show a sample edit. Some of the features here will be useful to more advanced people. This edit example is going to use a current clip and consolidate that current clip, which is 3 minutes long, into around 40 to 50 seconds of video. So first of all, we'll go through the whole process. We'll import the clip. We will create a new movie or a new project, and then we will go through the edit and use the facilities that are needed in that edit as an example. So what we're going to do now is import the footage, and before we do that we need to create an event to put that footage into. So by going to the iMovie library and right-clicking, we can create a new event. We will call that event sample edit, and now we will import the media as it happens to be in our downloads folder. So selecting on the clip and import selected, then that footage is now imported, and there is the raw footage in the event, and here is the empty timeline waiting for the raw footage. Now we could pre-edit in the event library, but in this case, because we're just cutting things out, it's going to be easier to put the whole clip into the timeline and then cut it in the timeline. So to select the clip, we double click it. You'll see the yellow outline is telling you that the whole clip is selected. We're going to use the E key because that's the key that extends or adds footage into the timeline. If there's already footage in the timeline, the extend key adds it to the end of that footage. The whole clip is now in the timeline. We can come up here to the right hand side and increase the length of that clip, so that we're seeing the end of the clip here and the beginning of the clip is way down here. To save having to move the mouse to do that, press the home key and that takes you to the beginning of the clip. The end key takes you to the end of the clip. So let's go to the beginning of the clip. Now there is some heading here with music. We want to cut most of that out because we're consolidating, remember, a 3-minute clip down to about 40 or 50 seconds. So we want to cut out as much of that titling as possible. So if we look in here, you can see that there is a beat in the music, and pressing the command B will trim or cut that clip at the playhead. Now this is the lead-in.
Hi, I'm Dawn Fraser. I'm so committed to helping Australian families.
And we're going to run this now until the next change. And so if we want to do that, we need to cut it where there's no audio.
Profile to help promote this book.
And we're going to put it in where she says book. And we're going to cut it there. Don't worry, we'll fix up the vision later. So at this point, we can remove the intro footage. We don't need that, so by clicking on it and pressing the delete key, that's now gone, and we're keeping this section, and we're going to remove this section until we get to the book.
When I was young,
and we're going to use the words when I was young, but we want to start the video as the book comes into screen, so we're going to cut it here, and we'll add back that audio a little later. So this portion of the clip needs to come out, and we're going to take that through, and at this point we're going to cut again, and we'll cut out all of this introduction here and bring it back in towards the end here as an hour. Now you can see that there's a gap in the music there, so that's probably a good point. So we're going to cut here, and that whole section can go out, and that's what we're left with.
To help promote this book, I was scared of the dark. Now when I see my lecture...
Now we can see there that there's a jump in the audio, and we want to recover some of the audio out of this section. Now, there isn't a facility like there is in Final Cut to extend the audio, but what we can do is we can, by right-clicking on a clip, detach the audio. Now, when you're doing this in iMovie, you need to be very careful that you don't move the clip below, that's the audio clip, because it will go out of sync. If we extend the audio there and
I was young, I was scared of the dark.
Detach this audio as well. Now, when the audio is detached, you see that by taking the cursor over that little dot in the middle, it changes to 2 arrows rather than 2 arrows with tails. So 2 arrows with tails means you're extending the clip. 2 arrows without the tails means that you can fade that out. So we're going to fade that piece out and fade this piece in.
Public profile to help promote this. I was young, I was scared.
It still hasn't quite matched up. We need more of this one. And so we're going to need more of the book.
To help promote this book. When I was young, I was scared. To help promote this book. When I was young, I was scared of the dark.
So that's a fairly untidy transition there. So what would be nice to do would be to find some sort of transition that's going to hide that jump. And the cross zoom looks like a good one. We can click on it up here and just drag it into the edit point.
To help promote this book. When I was young, I was scared of the dark.
Now, both of these need to be overlapped. So we're detaching the audio, and you'll see that by detaching the audio, we can overlap them and fade them into each other, so that you get a nice smooth audio.
The way of the future.
Dawn has become the face of Awesome Solar, a company
And now we will come down to
channel
the
installation.
end, and that's going to be too loud, so we can drop the audio level on that one there. If we want to, we can use this selection here and increase the size of the clip so we can see a little bit more of what we're doing. And reducing that down, we need to just extend this a little and fade out and fade that one in. So there's our edit. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and press the bell.